How's it going, everybody? Greetings from Nerdiest Time, and today we are on part 5 of Legacy Minosaur Week. And as you can see, our final victim here is Commander Class Motormaster. Now, as you can see, we have the box in front of the big boy who's back here. For good reason. I actually do want to take a look at this box. So, Motormaster, sit off to the side for a second. Oh my god, this art is just delicious. That is still stupid as shit. God damn it, Hasbro. But, yeah, just... beautiful. But one thing I do want to address is I really wish that they didn't do this or this. Like, I get it, they have to, but I really wish they didn't do this. Because for me, the hype of combiners and collecting, like, combiner teams is the special, like, the idea of, like, you're building up to this. I wish this wasn't shown because it would have made it so much more unique. Like, it would have made it more special, and, like, you have to find out what's going on behind the surface. Like, if they sold, like, Dead End's Menosaur's instructions with, like, the final member, which I think was Breakdown. I think that would have been genius, honestly. It's like, hey, here's the big boy. But anyway, getting this out of the way. Alrighty, big boy, let's take a look at him. I gotta say, yeah, his truck mode is very much under some controversy, which is hilarious. Yeah, I get it, because of that. But we'll get to that in a minute. Let us take a close look, and also pull down this trailer hitch, if I can, please. Please! Thank you. Here's a trailer hitch, which is awesome. Let's take a look at this, delicious looking black cab. Let's get a better light on the black hole here. There we go, much better. Fine. Be like that. Whatever then. Lovely purple for the windshield. Again, I'm a guy who loves metallics, and I wish this was metallic, but it's still quite nice. Lovely, I would say gunmetal or dark silver for the grille and bumper. Very nice indeed. More purple here. Decepticon symbol. Wish it had a silver border, but that's just me. Silver rims. Nice. Got a purple here for the fuel tank, which is great. These are for his shins. And we got the sleeper cab, which is amazing. And to anyone who keeps saying that this is more accurate to a Kenworth K100, I really wonder, how fucking blind am I to say that this is not at all? The Magic Square one is even more accurate. It's right there. And there's the Kenworth K100. Yeah, the trailer. Oh my god, the truck bed is just... I love me a thin truck bed, and this is one of the reasons. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, it has a hollow bit, but when you think about it, this is actually more realistic. Yeah, he has visible head syndrome. That's why it's backwards. Otherwise, his face is just sticking right at his armpits. And yeah, pretty damn nice truck. The trailer is definitely the problem here. Not much, though. This is not terrible. This I actually like. It's just these. If there was, like, a cover for these, I think I wouldn't mind so much, but that would be more plastic, and I don't blame it. It's alright. I'm getting the DNA upgrade kit as it is, so this is just fine with me. That Decepticon symbol is a sticker. The original one was just this purple, and I didn't like it because I found out the paint is under some Series Q sheet, and has a tendency to just rub off with my bare hands, so I just rubbed it off myself and just put a normal one up there. Matches with the one over here, you know, the one with the silver border. This one I haven't put a sticker on yet. I plan on it, though. Yeah, the purple stripe is still quite nice to look at. It sucks that the board, it just doesn't continue on here or here, but I digress. I'll paint it up myself. Oh, the crap down here. Again, trailer hitch. Wheels that are painted in silver, and they actually match the Motormaster wheels, something you don't see every day. And the back doesn't look horrible. Does need I don't know what you call them, the bar things, those bars. I definitely need those. But yeah, doesn't look horrible. For a big guy like this, he certainly rolls like a dream. Very quiet, but very heavy. All the accessories and stuff are contained in the trailer, which is just amazing. Just shows how far Hasbro has come. Which means we will get down to some size comparisons, and we're only going to do a couple. Really, this is the important one with Earthrise leader Optimus Prime, rather. And yeah, I could see like my problem with this really shows why this is not very Kenworth accurate. Those weedy little wheels and the massive fucking cab. Let's get these. Let's get these out of the way. Let's get this meaty boy out of here. Oops, bit of a tease there. Oh come on! That's what I get for not having nails. You know what? Where are you? Come here. Come here, Snarl. Do your job. Do your job. Or Snarl's sword, rather. Come here. Come here. You know what? Just stand up. Just stand up. For all I care. Yeah. This is the interesting part. It's weird because the way he transforms... spoiler alert. I ain't gonna tell you. I don't get why he's such a huge cab in comparison to Optimus, when you'll see why in a minute. Or if you own this, you already know what the issue is. But, yeah. This is certainly interesting. It's cool, don't get me wrong. I love the comparison between the two of just like this huge ass cab, the true king of the roads, against the phony one. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and he certainly has a little more like realism behind him than this guy does. But yeah, I mean, of course, the long grill is especially a reason. But that is beside the point. Other than that, I think this looks cool. You can definitely pull off the oh so famous king of the roads, the true king of the road shot if you so desire. But I do not desire, because in reality, he would have won. I don't care what anyone says, he would have won. But that is just me, and that means Prime can get his big bright red and silver blues hauling out of here. Really one of the few comparisons that actually matter, and yeah. Again, what 5 years really does to you. I don't mind this truck mode. Yes, it's really mangled up. You'll see why when we get to robot mode. But I really didn't mind this truck mode. It looks super hardcore, and I did like how meaty the cab was. But the rest of it just sucks, and yes, he has no wheels. Relax. But yeah, in comparison to these two, like if I had to choose, I definitely would have preferred this as a cab, because it just looks hardcore. Plus, I think all this extra mass would have helped this guy in return. Not this bed here. The one thing about Motormaster that makes him better than Optimus in truck mode is just his thinner truck bed. But I digress. Otherwise, yeah. This is really what 7 years does to you. Sheesh. I don't even care whenever this was released. Like, it really does not matter. It makes no difference whatsoever. Hold on. Come on, adjust yourself. Yeah, this was the size comparison I was wanting. Oh yeah, it's the Stunticons finally reunited. Oh, it feels so good. Oh my god, 7 years of just waiting for a good Stunticon team. Official anyway. I mean, I haven't checked out Fans Project yet, but shit, hit me up with that. Yeah, like, come on. Look at them all. Here, let's switch these two. Like, look at them all. You got the big boy, the true king of the roads, with his fellow kings. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. Just, again, their contrasting colors is enough for making me loving them, but man, do they look good with all these alt modes. The supersized rig with his even bigger trailer mixed with his crew. Oh, hell fucking yes. But we unfortunately will have to get rid of this group shot and get down to some transformation. We, of course, start with getting this out of the way. We will come back to it later. Oh, gee, thanks for making that easy for me. We will start with, where do we begin? Okay, so we get these panels here. They use these, oh, Jesus, let's see. This peg right here, where my fingernail is pointing, and it goes into the pinhole right here, or this rivet hole, rather, and do that. The same thing on the other side. On top of that, you have this tab that will go into this slot right there. Let me make sure, you know what, let's just make sure this light is like right on this guy. And then next we untab these side panels here, swing this around, and then using the momentum from the shins, you don't actually, never mind, I take that back, don't do that. Instead, you split the cab in half. Then you take the sleeper cab, untab it from there. Use this same tab that will go into the slot right here and covers the windshield, which is actually kind of genius. That is actually really genius, unlike the other 3P companies at attempting this, looking at literally all of them except for Fans Toys. Okay, anyway, you then take this panel with the Decepticon symbol and flip it around. And oops, actually, hold on. Yeah, flip it around, but what you actually want to do first is you take this wheel, fold that in, and then you take what is mostly the grill and bumper, spin it around, expose the faux cab. And then you do that, and then you flip that panel in, and then you flip this in, and it will lock into place. You then have a tab that will go into this slot right there. Now you have a leg all done. Let's stand him on this one leg. And same thing on the other side. Bring that in, swing around, close, fold, and then you also, if you didn't know, there is a tab that will go into the slot which allows that click. And same thing there. Straighten the double jointed knees out. There we go. And let's get the camera. Let's get the camera back, or actually no. You know what? No. You move back. Same with the light. So you move back. And here we the arms, which are the fuel tanks, and tab that high. Untab from the bed of the truck. Swing these around. You have these interlocking tabs that will lock into these slots right here, and it will mostly lock into place if you don't move the shoulder in a way where it shouldn't move. And bring it down, and then let's flip this panel open to expose said hands. Expose said hands. I didn't even bring them up. Never mind. Expose the hands, and then you turn the head around. Make sure it is parallel. Don't make it sideways, otherwise this cannot swing around. Make sure this is also hinged. Make sure you hinge this back on the way, and then you have this tab right here that goes into this slot right there. And there you have Motormaster in robot mode. I'll clean him up in a bit. And oh man, this robot mode is totally sick. Oh yeah. Like, I love it. Just such a cool modern reimagining of Motormaster at such a cheap, affordable affordable price. But yeah, just what a presence this boy has. Let us get a close look at such a goofy head. Here, let me raise the camera because he's a big dude. Oh my god. Hold on. Come on. Too high. Alrighty. There we go. Now let's look at that lovely head of his. No, not his nipples. His head. His head. His head, damn you. There we go. Yep. Just excellent, honestly. They captured the face perfectly. Yeah, he has the goofy box head, but the fact they even got the face so nicely done is incredible. Lovely metallic purple and I think glossy, no, even darker metallic eggplant or plum for the eyes. It just works. I wish they were yellow because they would pop harder. As you can see, they almost vanish into the night. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's still really good. Like, it is lovely. And there's some molded detail all on the sides and on the back, honestly, which is something they did not have to do, but they did it. And yeah, I don't know. Honestly, this thing is just incredible. Like, I love the dark gray around the torso. It really lines up. I just wish that dark gray was also on the sides of the forearms, a la Fans Toys. Would have looked a lot better. It would have contrasted with the weird white arms. I got some purple here, which looks good. I got the nipples. Decepticon symbol, very nicely. I don't know what the word is, but nicely painted, I guess. On. It's really good. White plastic for the biceps, but yeah, the arms are fully painted in white because they are molded in black, as you can see from this tab. Same with the hands, they're cast in white. Yeah, his hands are a little weird, if I'm being honest. They're thinner than they're actually as thin as the Stunticons, so it's weird. Instead of these beefy man hands. Okay, not mine. I don't have beefy man hands. I got girly hands. His waist is the weirdest part for me. This here is the weird part to me. Everything else is just fine. But yeah, it's still pretty good. Get some more gray paint here. Yeah, just really brought this guy to life. Here, let's move our light. There we go. Let's lower my camera while I'm at it. We saw it in vehicle mode, but I'll get more close on it. I love the way this worked. Like, they put in so much molded detail and purple here. It just looks great. If they did it the Fans Toys way, I'd be swooning senseless. I'll show you a picture of it here. But they chromed it, and they covered it with clear purple plastic, and it glows, and it looks gorgeous. But besides that, again, the fact they actually use this as a way to cover the actual windshield is genius. That is just genius. Something the other Motormasters failed to do. Again, except for Fans Toys, because they actually went all in on that shit. The grill is still here, but I actually like this. It actually livens up the robot. Some molded detail here on the legs, which is quite nice. I like the wheel being in here. Kind of gives me IDW Bumblebee vibes. Ongoing, the G1 design, not any other one but that. The faux cab is quite adorable. That singular headlight is so Vans Toys, you can't tell me otherwise. But yeah, it's so adorable. That's awesome. That is awesome. They even gave him molded little faux wheels that match just like his actual wheels. That's incredible, honestly. They did not have to do that, but I love it. I hate faux parts, but this is the one I'm actually fine with because it's funny. But yeah, like, they actually went all in trying to make sure you did not see the cab, and that's just good. That's just good on their part. Cleans up like a champ. I actually do like the way the truck bed like has the wheels come up as like towers on him. It makes him feel all the more impressive as the true warmonger king of the roads. And yeah, he's gapish here in the knees, but small price to pay for such salvation. Alrighty. Articulation wise, hold on, look that up. His head is only on a swivel, and that's fine because due to the shape of this head, why would it be on any other joint? His shoulders do go out, but if you go too far, as you can see, that happens. They go out 90 degrees, but using the transformation tool, it can go all the way up, but that looks horrid. They do a full 360, bicep swivel. Single joint elbow gets you 90 degrees. Good. And guess what? First time ever. That a wrist swivel? Yes, it is. Thank you. I was craving them. Waist swivel. Beautiful. Excuse me, but to be fair, they all did, so nothing new. The hips can, in fact, do more than the full splits, which is awesome. I didn't expect the big beefcake to be such an athletic bot, but he is. And, of course, they can go out all the way, forward and backwards as well. Let's bring the arms down because they look awful. Bring it down. Alrighty. Bring it. And, like I said, oh wait, hold on. Thigh swivel. And like I said earlier, double jointed knee. But due to the gap, I don't even think you need the second joint. Nope, you do not. See? Even a single joint, it does all what you need. But a double joint really does help. Like, it just works. Check it out. Nice. Double joint knees get you all the poses you need. And, of course, ankle tilt does more than what you need. And he has this if you need it, although I doubt you will. But it only works at, like, these angles. It does not work when it's in his leg. And yeah, for a big boy, he's actually quite posable. He's certainly got more fluidity than Optimus, even. Alrighty, so His Majesty is going to take a back seat at the moment, and we're going to take a look at this instead. So, of course, this is the big boy trailer. And if you guys have seen other reviews of this, you would know that they usually go straight into combined mode with this as well, like after base mode. You know me, that's not how we roll unless we're going to talk about the masterpiece ones, say DX9 or X-Transbot. Oh my god, I know I'm not getting that. If I get that thing, it probably won't be for much, if for long, but that's my exception. This, not so much. We're going to do combined mode completely separate in its own video. We're not doing it here. We're just going to do base mode. Speaking of, let's do that. So we flip these pieces up, and at the same time, make sure that, because it'll do it itself, flip the trailer hitch up, and then, or the kickstands, and then, oh my god, hold on, split that in half, drops the sword, it'll do that for you anyway. These just amounts of tabs and pegs will lock in here accordingly. So here's the sword. Let's at least give him the sword. I will say the gunmetal is quite lovely. I just wish it was a silver. This is cool. Like, it is cool. And it's very accurate by shape. By, like, appearance. Not shape. The guard, I kind of wish was a little more pointed. Like, it was more like, like this. Like, it was more pointed upwards. Rather than, like, just out. If that makes sense. But this is still quite nice. The problem is just the massive guard. The blade is just fine. The guard is awful. But let's give it to the boss man. And there we go. Much better. Yeah, it doesn't look so bad with the big guy. But yeah, he should have a better sword. Which, if anyone has upgrade swords that are good and not just cheaply 3D printed ones, hit me up, please, because I need to give him a good sword. And Menasor while I'm at it. But anyway, back to this. So you take these pieces, or this entire section here, split that in half. It has these two halves of a tab that will lock in and interlock in this slot here at the very much, the gooch. Why not? Let's put that to the side for a second. You have all of these interlocking pegs here, and you flip these down at this joint, swing those down, go 2 pieces at a time, like this, and then like that. And you have this thing here. You have this bit here, straighten legs out, like so, swing this around. And then, let me remember. Yep, this I think is correct. And then fold that up. You then get this piece, and then you use these 2 tabs right here. They'll go into these 2 slots right here under the chest, the Menasor chest. Let's do that. Come on, fucker. There we go. Much better. Okay, set that. Let's get this lighting on, shall we? There we are. Let's put this piece to the side. And then talk about this big thing. Split it in half right there. And we will deal with those bits in a second. Split this thing in half. Like, this thing is not joking around. And here is this block, which is the gun. You can give it to Motormaster, but because how doofy it looks, it only belongs on this cannon here. Oh, the trailer hitch will use this port right here. And you can fold the handles out and then flip this thing up as like some kind of like scope. Anyway, come back to that in a bit. This piece, fold this up and then fold this out. Don't push with this thing. Push on the toe itself. Ooh, hello, blood. Oh dear, I hope I didn't draw any on the figure. Flip that down. I'm gonna be right back. Alrighty, sorry about that. Don't worry, I can put 2 on this time. Yeah, anyway. Alrighty, so we have the shin of and feet of Menasor. We're gonna put that here for now. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Sometimes it's inconsistent. The whole foot likes to come with it. Just slide that around to the side. Now these come into play. This are the forearms. But what you do here is you split here. Make sure it's like this, or actually here. I think it's easier. It's or nah, forget it. If you want, you don't have to split it. You can just split. You can split these in half like this, as if they're together. But doing it separate, it doesn't matter. So let's bring this back here. Might as well use that as a stand. You have these 2 ports right here that are above, not these that will go into these corresponding pegs on the forearms of Menasor. And you do it like so, like so. And that will lock in the chest of Menasor when you're like this. And then you take this peg here on the toe of Menasor and you put it in on the... Oop, hold on, wrong side. Take this leg, you put it in this port right here. That was in trailer mode. One of the interlocking ports. You put it in there. And there, hey big guy, I'm going to step out to the side. There you have the trailer in base mode. And I gotta say, I actually quite like this. I don't know why. I think this is one of the few base modes I actually kind of like. Alright, the base, I don't know what the fuck you would call this. Something mode with 3 towers. I like this, honestly. I think this is cool. Can I have Motormaster up here? He can look through this scope dealy up here. And he can put his hand up here. Well, admittedly, not for much. He can look through there. He can command the base and fire down some Autobots. Sadly, he cannot point it up to fire at some aerial bots, but I digress. This looks good. Like, this looks really good, honestly. It works. It definitely works. Let's get that out of your hand, homie. Yeah. I actually quite like this. And he doesn't look horrible with this sword. It just doesn't necessarily do its best with this guy. Like, it makes him feel a little more doofy because how goofy the sword itself looks. But that is just me wanting a more proper looking Ionizer sword. That's for me anyway. So there we go. Yeah. And since we are now in robot mode, we can now get down to some proper size comparisons. Starting with Earthrise Optimus. And yeah, like I said back in truck mode, this is definitely one of the reasons I kind of didn't understand why they made the cab so freakishly disproportionate. He's the same. He's barely the same. He's barely like a millimeter taller than Optimus. He should have at least been a noticeable bit taller rather than like the same height. Excuse me. Considering again his cab was so huge. But that is just me, and I digress. It is just the cab. If anything, I would have preferred some of this be incorporated into Motormaster, like that bit that is the tower here. I would prefer that, but again, I'm just having wishful thoughts. United Warriors Motormaster. Okay, let me get this clear. I don't like this, but for the right reasons. Not the exact reasons. I love how stylized this is. I like that it still has the essence of Motormaster. I don't like that it's also half Optimus either. I love the silver paint. They should have easily given that to this guy. And I mean, I'm going to do that myself anyway. But that should have been on those arms instead of the white. Because it's gross. I hate the white. He has black, which is better than this oily brown. Which is ridiculous looking. Their heads, though, it's comparable. I love how much more threatening this head looks. Like, it looks more, like, due to the details and the more angular shapes, it makes it look a little more aggressive. Plus, he has a little chin guard, which always helps. This one's more, of course, G1 accurate. But either way, they both have cool heads. I don't like his face, though. His face is weird. He looks a little angry, but he's more, like, annoyed. This one just looks like he's constipated. But, yeah. If anything, this would be Motormaster to Optimus. To me, like, this is Motormaster to Optimus for me. It's like he could have at least been this height, and I wouldn't have mind. But the problem is, again, like, this is really the reason I like. The only thing I like about this Motormaster, like, fully, is the beefiness. It makes him feel huge next to the already large Optimus. But yeah, that was my long-winded thought of these two, and who's honestly better. But obviously, he's the better bot. Oh yeah, the kings of the road are in town. Oh yeah. just look at them. Look at them all. Just amazing seeing all of them together at last. Official mainline Stunticons. Just, what do I even say to that other than just wow? Like, all of their faults kind of go away and make their positives stronger when they're all together. Something about like combiner teams really just do that for me. Like the fact that they have faults, but when they're all together, it's perfect. Like it's just incredible. I just love how big they all are. They're already big, but I already love how big they are next to Motormaster. This is kind of close to how I say like Motormaster is huge, but I also like the Stunticons to be large as well. Makes them all feel really, really powerful. And plus, it being next to this, like, this weapons array system with all of those towers really feels cool. Like, truly, it does. And I think those are all 5mm ports, so you can, in fact, really just have all of their weapons just pegged in everywhere. It sucks, though, that these can't really go anywhere on the towers, which definitely would have helped, like, put it on this combiner joint and have it just swivel about. That would have been amazing. They should have had the foresight for these. Like, it definitely would have helped for this. It would have made it look cooler. But it already looks pretty damn cool as it is, and I'm really happy with everything here. Like, geez, seriously, the greatest mainline combiner ever made, hands down. Like, it's just built to the nines. They all look incredible, especially together. And yeah, it's just lovely. So that's been my review for Legacy Commander Class Motormaster. And I gotta say, I'm gonna start with that name. That subname, Commander Class, is fucking epic. Truly a fitting class for such a badass Decepticon. Honestly, that name is amazing. Give me a Commander Class Optimus. Jesus, y'all gave Rodimus that power? Give him that power and you'll have my money. Just an incredible figure. And like I said, when he's with the rest of his team, they all work together again. It's just incredible. It does suck that he unfortunately doesn't have a proper blaster or even a decent sword, but the fact they even gave us it is enough for me to say, I guess they tried, and it shows. All I ask is, again, Printformers, please give me a better sword. Or anyone, please hit me up with good swords, not including the DNA upgrade kit. But, yeah, this guy really pulls off poses, too. Like, he is very well articulated, not only for a Voyager, but just for a lot of mainline figures. He's putting off this pose. A lot of figures cannot do this pose. And especially no one in this, not a single Stunticon here except for him. Which definitely says a lot, honestly. He certainly loves making Optimus know who's the true king of the roads. And, yeah, of course, the king has finally returned. All we gotta end off is 5 down, none to go. Let the menace of the roads awaken. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day, evening, or night. This is Nerdiest Dime. Rolling out.